Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
Liftoff and the clock has started.
Nick has
just
added
Nick.
1,000 songs.
Yeah.
I only added 20 to 30.
We added more songs
other
than we
Christmas
did
songs.
collectively.
I
What
know.
is wrong with you?
I was so prepared for this.
So Christmassy. I don't get it.
Dude, I mean, there's some. Okay, so I say we do that, and then if we want to, like, I'm gonna shout out at least one song from that other list, the further list too, because
That's where most of the ska is.
well, there's the ska, but then there's also this amazing cover of Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I really want to talk
what
to
we
you,
did.
talk about at some point. But like, honestly, I think
get
we
into the
threw
weeds
together a really fucking fun like holiday mix.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird one, Kelly. But
So I gotta say, like, I have my personal Christmas playlist that I have,
Oh my
and almost every one of you guys like put together songs that were just insta adds to my personal list. This is, I think, one of the most successful playlists we've ever done.
I think all of mine are on your playlists now.
I have to say, this was for me the most difficult playlist we've ever done. I've never been more unhappy in the history of this podcast.
And you've been very unhappy a lot of the time on this
I think we
podcast.
all need to just decide that Caleb gets to pick out like a playlist for us to build at some point here.
I'll think of something, but
I like that.
no, it's fine. I enjoyed the hatred.
He suffered enough.
No, it's
Raking them
okay.
critical.
It's good for the listeners. The corn dogs like the hatred and the suffering.
Oh, the corn. Well, they thrive on it, really. Like
That's what makes them so crispy.
yeah. And
The only reason NASCAR was fun to watch is because there's a risk that one of those guys down there is going to die.
Same thing with wrestling.
a burnt hot dog. Oh, it's the same. Yeah.
By God,
What
that
was-
man has died.
Yeah, Owen Hart died. And Billy Madison, the principal, also killed a guy in pro wrestling.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. I
That's-
forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Good.
Burn it through my
good
bones.
job.
Bolty Blob.
There's so many random character stories in that Billy and like movies like Billy Madison. They just like fire off so many little bit characters.
I was I've been watching that earlier, so yeah. Like,
Glad I called that guy.
Steve Buscemi's kill list.
Dude, you always gotta. I wonder if he always carries that lipstick around with him.
Oh, maybe.
So, boys, the council. I just gotta say to the hot dogs, the council has put together a festive ho hum, no humbug holiday list. Caleb, I got the gavel ready. Don't worry. And you know, it's been a fucking pretty good, like, well-rounded Old Heart year. We'll be squeaking out a couple more, but I just wanted to say, like, I'm very thankful for you guys and this podcast. So, you know, I hope if you guys are doing anything or wherever you guys find yourselves this time of year, it's a fucking good place and you guys are happy and content, man. That's my hope and wish for you guys. But this podcast gave me a lot of fucking joy because it's so fucking ridiculous. Like, there's like moments where I'm like, there's so much like EDM on this list. I wasn't expecting it. There's like tracks I was like, did Caleb put this on there because he hates us all? Like, did he like all sorts of shit, dude? It was wild. But who got the first track on here? The Frosty the Snowman by the J Squad. This
is my track.
Okay. Where'd you pull this one out of, man?
So last year during COVID, the town I live in, it's about the size of like Kashmir. So it's a small town. And during COVID, they decided to start doing a Christmas parade that goes through the entire town, but it goes through like neighborhoods.
Cool.
And so like last year, we walked outside and just heard all these fucking sirens and went out, and there's just like a 50-car parade of Christmas going through, which was really, really neat. But we knew about it this year, and so we went, and there was just like one beat up old truck at the very end of the line that just said "It's a Trap Christmas" on it, and was just bumping this song the entire time. And at the same time, it's a fucking banger. And I'm not a trap guy at all. It's probably my least favorite EDM genre, but this is a banger.
Yeah, dude, this is like I haven't heard a Frosty the Snowman that goes this hard.
Yeah.
But that story, just that image of like just like a beat up old truck. It's a trap Christmas. Like,
I can't think of a single song I've ever heard that has a better story behind me discovering it. That is the best thing I've ever heard.
oh, I
To
fucking
discover a
love that.
song by.
Yeah, man, this is like I said, I think this song, like Jameson called it, it's a fucking banger. But what do you guys think about it? Dusty, what do you think about this song?
It's fine. I don't care for this music.
Swinging out with the "It's Fine."
Oh man.
I mean, it's I like the regular singing and whatnot of it. I don't care for that music.
I'm just
But-
going to say ahead of time, like I went with almost an all EDM list, mostly to annoy Dusty.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna. I like the source material. I'll say that.
Caleb, what about you, man?
I think I like it a little more than Dusty. Like it is kind of it's fine, but Trap's not my favorite either. But it's silly and it makes me laugh. And it actually, like, that story reminded me of it's like the fire department in Quincy did that the other day, where they were just driving around with their sirens and Christmas lights. And I didn't see the Christmas stuff at first, so I'm thinking like the world's coming to an end because I see all these people like rushing out of their houses and sirens going off everywhere down the street. And I'm like looking for my bug out bag, like, oh shit.
It's the
popping off.
Ragnarok's happening.
Yeah.
This
so
is it.
I thought that was rather scary, but it would have been better if they'd been playing the song because it's probably my favorite version of that bullshit song.
Did you call it Frosty the bullshit? Nick,
Fucking Frosties are from Wendy's. Get out of here.
Nick, are you gonna defend this Frosty the Snow? Well, I guess Frosty the Snowman. And how do you like the song?
I actually love this one. It was a lot of fun. I mean, like you guys said, trap isn't my favorite genre either, but I've been appreciating it a little bit more recently because I've noticed like the kick patterns in it are like a little bit more cool. Like the rhythms they come up with are pretty interesting. But this kind of had like this halfway trap, halfway like lo-fi sample of like an old-timey song, but this one like we actually all know for once.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a really cool little mashup. I thought it sounded cool. It was fun to listen to, and it was an instant add to my Christmas list.
yes.
Dang, verified.
I'm gonna have like an award, like the Oprah sticker for her book club.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like those who get added to my personal collection.
It's like that Newbery stamp they put on books or whatever back in the library days.
Yeah,
I
the
remember that.
Newbery Award. Or it could be like Joan Calamezzo's gotcha sticker from Parks and Rec.
Gotcha.
Don't it hurt ya?
Razzie sticker.
All right, so next up is a long December. A Counting Crows classic. Dusty, I know this was you.
I mean, how can you not have this on your Christmas playlist? It's nothing to do with Christmas, but it's about December, you know. It's just a classic song. It takes me back to the Jameson's house and back in the basement days, and just it's relaxing and can't beat Counting Crows.
You can't. And you know what? I can verify this. This song still holds up in a cafe setting because this really hit the spot when I was making espresso this morning for myself.
Oh, yeah.
It was an interesting dynamic though, because I went from like super hard banger to like this Counting Crow song.
You go from, yeah.
Oh, it's
I was
such a
like,
mood
whoa.
change.
Oh man, Nick, how'd you feel about this Counting Crows track, man?
I mean, I know it's not about Christmas. However, it's about December, and
counts.
all of December is holiday season for me. So I feel like this can be lumped in.
Agreed.
In like, if someone made a song about October, I would assume that Halloween is involved somehow. I'm just going to assume it.
You know,
Yeah,
Counting
but,
Crows, they should have done this exact same song, but just switched out the months.
Every
They
month.
could have done one for every month, and then like they could have sold like the rights to that song for so many car commercials and shit. You know,
Oh yeah,
anyway.
it's been a long Toyota-thon. Yeah.
Nick, do you think you're gonna learn how to play this song just to impress people now?
No. I mean, it's not a bad song, but this one did not get added to my personal collection.
Well, that's bullshit.
I mean, I like it, but it makes me feel like I'm in like a Scrubs episode where it was really lighthearted the whole time, and then it gets very suddenly really real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like someone loses a patient.
Yeah.
Dr. Cox is throwing something in one of the ER rooms because somebody died.
It's not your
desperate,
fault.
man.
Man.
You
Yeah.
did all you could.
Not your fault.
Yeah, that's what this song feels like.
Oh,
It feels
God.
like the downer parts of Scrubs.
I like that. I like that quote. The song feels like the downer parts of Scrubs. Oh my god.
It does.
Jameson, how about you, man? How'd you feel about this song?
It's just such a nostalgia track for me, like Dusty said. It just has, I don't even know if it's like 90s or early 2000s vibes, but either way, it has that. And listening to it, I'm like, I still really love this song, but I don't really know why.
I don't know either.
Exactly, but I do. So it's a winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Caleb,
Um,
you gonna become one of the
I mean,
crows?
for a song that's only 4 minutes and 55 seconds, it felt a month long.
Oh,
And it was a dreary, boring month. I don't know. Nick is right. This is a sad Scrub song, and I don't know. There's better things to watch on TV.
oh.
Zach Braff did nothing wrong.
No, I don't know that.
I don't
for
know.
sure, but-
Crowdfunding Garden State 2 was, I don't know. It felt unnecessary.
In
I put my
hindsight,
Yule
yes.
log on YouTube, and you can't see it.
But it's probably warm though. You guys both, you and Nick now look like you got very cozy, warm setups. Holiday.
Well,
effect.
I picked out one that has a nice Christmas tree and everything, and it just you can't see it from a shitty webcam.
Wow.
I also have a woodwick candle burning, so I get a little bit of that burnt wood smell with my balsam wood pine candle. It's very ambient.
It's a very nice mix.
I'm beyond.
Okay, so moving on to the 69 Eyes, Christmas in New York City. So, claim it.
This is my doing.
I knew it. Where'd this?
So,
Is this on your list?
of course it's on my list. This is one of my favorite songs like of the year, man.
Ooh, man.
I've listened to a lot of music this year, and this discovery was sudden, and it's become an all-time favorite of mine immediately. This is Christmas in New York City by the 69 Eyes, because I don't know if we said that yet. So last year I tried to write a goth rock Christmas song as a joke, and it kind of came out half finished. But I wondered if this year it just occurred to me that I didn't even check to see if someone had tried it yet. So I searched for goth rock Christmas, and 69 Eyes did it, and this song fucking slaps. And it completely won me over forever with the bridge, where it gets all real down tempo, and he sings the line, "Lonely Santa in the rain." And I will never not love this song now.
I will say this, man. This song definitely made me laugh. Like it's, I don't know. It's just like I can just imagine I don't know, just sad goths wearing Santa hats, singing the like, you know, just rocking out while performing this song. You know, like, it paints a picture. But yeah, I don't know. It's a particular flavor. I like I said, it made me laugh, and so that thus it kind of fell into this category of like I can get behind it kind of. Jameson, what about you, man?
So ever since I started watching What We Do in the Shadows, I fucking love that show now. And I hadn't listened to 69 Eyes since maybe 8th grade when Caleb showed them to me at one point when he was at his real goth stage. And now the guy just sounds like Laszlo to me. Like I just see God. Laszlo fronting this band. And
yes.
So it
Jackie
cracks
Daytona.
me the fuck up. Just in New York City. And cracks
imagery
me
makes it
up.
better for me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dude. Yeah,
I think that's the second time we've had a cast member of What We Do in the Shadows featuring like as what we thought the singer of a band sounded like.
He's in it.
I can't remember what the other one was.
Caleb, what about you?
So yeah,
Did this take
I
you
like
back?
the 69 Eyes. No, I think this is a newer track. Or it's like newer than when I was listening to him more.
Fair enough.
I had a different take than Jameson, but similar. It made me think of like that Dracula movie where who's Commissioner Gordon? What's that guy's fucking name?
J.K. Simmons?
Jeffrey Wright.
Gary Oldman.
Gary
Are you
Oldman.
thinking Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yeah, and he goes to New York at one point, and I'm just like picturing Dracula singing this song about being in New York because he really wants to be with Mina for Christmas. So it kind of took me on a weird little fantasy ride, but it kind of just also sounds like every other 69 Eyes song, but with sleigh bells.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
That's really it.
Yeah, it's not bad, but that's what it is. Let's just be real.
Oh my god.
Dusty, is this gonna be a repeat play for you?
I don't know. I feel like as soon as I heard this, I'm like, this is episode of fucking Viva La Bam. It's like
We're at Castle Bam.
Is this the Christmas special? And it's like a montage of them doing dumb shit, playing, Rab himself like in a Santa outfit or something. But I liked it. It reminded me of the good old days of shitty Viva La Bam and all that. So it's all right.
You've elevated to an all right. All right.
It's all right.
Next up is, I believe, one of my songs. It's kind of a classic. The Vince Guaraldi Trio, Christmas Time Is Here. Obviously off the Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack. I love it. It's quaint, quiet. It's weirdly soothing. I feel like it's so familiar at this point that it like always hits a spot for me. So, what about you, Caleb? How'd you feel about it?
I actually really like this one a lot. I'm getting old, man. I love me some jazz. There's some jazzy vibes to this, but it's like
nice excuse.
I picture some guy sitting playing piano, and it's dark out and it's snowing and it's almost Christmas, and there's a kid mopping up the place, and the bartender's over there with his rag, and he says, "Hey kid, it's Christmas, go home."
Flips him a quarter.
And it's just a nice little scene, like a painting, and I really enjoyed listening to it.
Ain't got nowhere to go for Christmas, mister.
You can come to my house. My wife's cooking lasagna.
Lasagna.
Christmas lasagna at my house, kid.
The traditional Christmas lasagna.
Yeah. She makes her own ricotta. It's amazing.
That guy's accent has changed 3 times.
Well, I don't know, man. That's what I see.
Bastard bartender.
Well,
Where
whatever.
are you from,
but
stranger?
It's a good song. I really like this one a lot. That's the point.
Nick, are you gonna indulge in some of that Christmas lasagna? How do you feel about
Absolutely. I mean, if we're gonna talk about lasagna, I can talk about lasagna. But if we can talk about Vince Guaraldi,
let's talk about.
I'd prefer that.
just one last. I have to admit on air, I've never made like my own lasagna. That's a shame of mine.
Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh.
Christmas shame. It's coming out.
I have a recipe for you.
Ooh,
Just I'll send it over.
Please do. But this is wholesome. But okay, Vince Guaraldi, man, you said that you kind of when you were putting stuff on here and organizing the list that it was like, oh, Jared already got some of that on there. So this is not unfamiliar to you, obviously.
Oh no, but so I mean, I've been listening to this. We've all been listening to this our entire lives. I mean, every year, every time we've seen the movie, like we've been listening to this soundtrack because this entire album is absolutely outstanding. I listen to it every year, sometimes not even at Christmas because it's just good jazz.
I agree.
It is. Don't fucking look at me like that. I skip the ones that are like a little too obviously Christmassy.
Yeah,
but no, it's great music. I used to put this album on when we would do room inspections when I was in the Army. And I would have like my TV playing a fireplace and everything would be nice and organized. And I'd have a tray of fresh baked cookies and this music playing. Never failed.
I'm the sergeant.
Dusty, what about you, man?
Oh, I mean, I love this. It takes me back. Just, I mean, watching the Charlie Brown Christmas special. It's just, yeah, it's very soothing. You could set it on. And, yeah, I don't know. It takes me back. I think this was actually, we were talking about Hawkeye earlier. I think they were playing this during the last episode or the episode before. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's fitting for this episode.
Yeah, he was doing a sad walk too. So it was almost a little Arrested Development-y in their usage of it with the George Michael walking home really sadly.
What is that when he like got all the frozen daiquiris out of the freezer and strapped it on himself?
That shit was wild. Jameson, what about you, man? Did this jazz tickle your jazz bone?
If I can find a whole, like when we do our jazz focused list, if I can find like 5 jazz tracks like this, I think I'll be happy because this is great. But yeah, nothing bad to say. I wasn't really like Charlie Brown was never a big thing in my family's household. So, I mean, I've seen it, but maybe a handful of times my entire life. So, but of course, everyone knows this song and it's great.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Like way before, I mean, not way before I was born, but before I was born, my dad, I guess, like, was one of those, he directed like a version of this, for like a local theater and everything. Like, so I think he kind of like brought that into our house pretty early on. So it's always kind of been around, but like you guys all said, it's like something, it doesn't overstay its welcome in this weird way,
Yeah.
Anyway, next up is kind of a jump to a different direction there. We got this like endlessly thrashing the darkness song. I know exactly where this came from too. I didn't even like when I was going through this, that was kind of what was the fun thing. I was just sort of like boom boom boom. But yeah, Dusty.
No, this wasn't me.
This wasn't?
That was me.
Oh my god.
This
god.
has got to be Caleb.
Wow, dude.
I love me the darkness.
I mean, but I just for some reason I smell Dusty all over this. Sorry, I misspoke. Caleb, where did you I have never dug far enough into the darkness to find their Christmas music.
So I think this is the only one, and it came out like right after their first album, like back in like 2003 or 4. And yeah, this is my favorite Christmas song. It's actually kind of sad. Like it's like about like being sad around the holidays, but like just kind of smiling anyway, and feeling the cheer. But it's also been a tough year. I didn't realize that until I was older, but I was like, wow, that's kind of great. And there's also a part in the video where there's a little robot who has a vocal solo, so that's fun. And they play a double neck guitar together. It's very cute.
Him and the robot?
No, the guitarists are brothers.
Okay.
And they just do a little harmony solo together on a double neck.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, this was a bit of a ripper, man. I was definitely like I said, I was just like, whoa. Where immediately by the flow of this song that it's a darkness song, that's for sure.
And it's totally original too, so it's like,
which is kind of cool.
It's not just them covering an old classic. It's just like, let's write our own, and it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it hits a spot. Dusty, since I threw you on threw your name out there way earlier, how'd you feel about this song?
Oh, I like it. I mean, I wasn't aware. I was just looking up to see if they did like a whole Christmas album or something. But they just released this song by itself in 2004 after their like debut popular album. I was thinking this was like a newer song or something like that. But no, it's a good rockin' Christmas song, and I'd never heard it before, so definitely listen to it some more. Oh yeah, I love the darkness. So
fair enough. Jameson, what about you, man? Can you see yourself ripping open presents while listening to this song?
Yeah, I think I could do that now that I think about it. But it's a ripper, like you guys said. It's fucking good. It's just the classic darkness. It has that very classic sound. Makes sense. It came right after their first album. Yeah, so another good one. I haven't found one yet we haven't hit anything that I hated, so that's good.
Yet.
Nick, how about you, man?
This song's a fucking banger. It's on my list too, but I knew Caleb was gonna pick it, so I didn't bother putting it here. So
thanks.
I mean, it's a fucking banger. It's really fun to play too. I learned it. I was planning on doing a cover, and then I just kind of abandoned that plan. It was too much work. But it's a really cool song. I like it. It is a little sad, but I mean, I think we've all kind of felt that sad feeling sometimes right around the holidays. So
it happens sometimes, man. It's the ebb and flow. It
is.
Who's up next? Jameson, this one's you.
Yeah.
EDM, man. So where'd you pull this song from? What's the name of it?
So I found this. It's Carol Von Holes by Sophie Tucker and Holzblazer. Searched out EDM Christmas music, so I found this on a list. And I'm aware of Sophie Tucker. It's a good group. I like it. It's good house music. Some of it is super mainstream. They've had some stuff on like Apple ads and stuff, but still good. And this one's just kind of hilarious, and also I just love the beat. It's great.
Yeah, dude, it just like I mean, the way it like intros the song and it kind of builds up that way was like really, really kind of funny. So are they German then?
No, they're from Florida.
Okay.
And so, I don't know. Maybe
German.
Well, there's random like they use random German in there. Like,
I think the Sophie Tucker's not German. Maybe the Holzblazer guy. That sounds very fucking German. So
Holzblazer.
Yeah, let's say he is. But
yeah, it definitely has this like you said, like kind of just a fucking house banger vibe, man. Caleb, did this tickle your fancy?
It did. It's quite silly, and we were listening to it in the car when we were driving around buying presents and just kind of just bopping. And I kind of like spaced out, and I remembered like some rave times, and I was like, yeah, this would be a good one to slip into a Christmas rave, because that's a thing. Yeah, I liked it. No complaints.
Nick, what about you, man?
I'm bopping to it right now.
I'm fucking going. I know.
So the first like entire minute and a half of the song is bullshit.
I say, yeah, it is.
But once you get past that initial like step, like if you're patient enough, you stick around to the end of it. It's so good. Like that beat is killer. Yeah, like the way they syncopate like the actual beat of the song with the Carol of the Bells rhythm, so it doesn't quite match up until later. It's math rock and house beat. Too good. Good shit.
House does that a lot, man.
Did it make the list?
Really? No. Yeah, that was an Insta ad.
Nice.
Well, no, not Insta. It took me about a minute and a half to add it.
Yeah.
That first minute and a half was bullshit.
Well, the reason they do that is like like if there's an original mix, especially of a song, the first like 30 seconds to a minute or so are gonna be just kind of like the bare beat, so that they can leapfrog them into the next song. So they have that last 30 seconds with the first 30 seconds to mix together, and then it keeps everything going.
Well, I liked the first bit because it was just the beat, and then right around like just right there in the first minute and a half, like it gets into that bullshit acapella part, a bunch of random German shouting. It's just a bunch of bullshit, man. And then the beat drops, and it's really fucking good.
You gotta wait and ride the beat, man.
You really gotta be patient.
Dusty, did you hold on?
No, I take what Nick said about the first minute and a half being bullshit, and actually the whole song is bullshit. It just like kept going on. I'm like, all right, I get it. Not for me. And it's too German. Germans.
Oh my god. All right. So kind of like the next track, moving away from some of that EDM. A cover of "O Little Town of Bethlehem" by Bob Rivers and Twisted Radio. Dusty.
Yeah, this is off of one of the original Twisted Christmas albums.
Oh.
And it's a classic. I remember growing up listening to these shitty albums where this guy who is like kind of Weird Al like, but he takes popular songs and he makes them into Christmas songs. And so that's exactly what this is, and it's a banger, as of all of his stuff is.
I do like the sound of it all, you know. Obviously familiar with the track, but like the original track, but this,
House of the Rising Sun by the Animals.
Yeah. But this was a really cool like kind of creation there. Jameson, how'd you feel, man? How'd you like this?
It's a fun little mashup. It's silly, and
that's all their shit is.
Yeah. What did you say? What's the album from?
It's Twisted Christmas.
Okay.
There's not everything's on there, but yeah, if you search Bob Rivers, he's got a bunch of other shit like that. Like,
all right.
I remember he had a song that instead of "What If God Was One of Us," it was "What If God's."
But yeah, it's kind of a silly, just fun mashup.
Yeah.
It's good little Christmas thing.
Mhm.
Right before everyone gets too drunk, or everyone is a little too drunk at the Christmas party. It's a good one to throw on.
Oh yeah. The room's starting to move a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Nick, how about you, man?
All right. When this one came on, I thought I was like on the wrong playlist. This is such a dead ringer for the original that if you're not paying attention, like I would not have noticed that it's not the Animals. It was like a little too accurate. But I did add this one into my list. It's not my favorite just because I don't care about House of the Rising Sun, but I do care about Christmas covers of things. So I'm switching back to green on the lights.
Caleb shakes his head as Nick says this. Like, cool, Caleb. Do you have some opinions about this track?
Yes. It's just the Animals. It's just House of the Rising Sun. And Nick was right. Like, I just listened to it right now, and I wasn't paying attention, and I just listened to the Animals. And that song's fine. I've heard it 10 billion times too many. So miss me on this shit. Not about it.
Like if you look up Bob Rivers, like one of his most popular songs, like, just to tell you, like he took like "I Am Iron Man" and he turned it to "I Am Santa Claus," stuff like that.
I mean,
just silly, dumb shit.
Points for silliness and creativity, but no.
Well, the next one's got to be hitting some good notes with everybody, man. I knew it. I knew people were gonna love this one. Ghostface Xmas. So, Nick, I didn't even know this track existed.
This is one of the finest selections from my private collection.
Like private collection. Like, what do you Safeway? Your signature select?
What's your favorite holiday film, Caleb?
If I had to pick, I'd probably go with A Christmas Story. Classic. Don't get tired of it.
Exactly.
It's the only one. Or Home Alone.
Oh, what
Also
about
very good.
what about you, Dusty?
Well, Step Brothers, technically being Christmas film, is my favorite. I'll argue that to my grave that that's a Christmas movie. But yeah, Christmas Vacation, Jingle All the Way. I mean, they're all really good. You know, I haven't watched Jingle All the Way yet, though. So
dude,
this year,
I've already watched Jingle All the Way. I love that goddamn movie. Your fucking Turbo Man reference and about going to Costco was fucking killer.
oh, I thought it was gonna be hell in there.
Hell in a Cell. Nick, what
Yeah.
about you, man? What's your favorite fucking holiday movie?
I'm gonna have to go with the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Oh shit, dude.
There's a lot
I
of
also
like,
recently rewatched that.
there's a lot of lines in that movie that that were definitely just adult jokes that I never understood as a child.
No, it goes right by you. Well, like, yeah, the movie came out what, Nick? Like a 94, I think. And
No, it was like 97. It was like peak Home Improvement,
Oh yeah.
and that was like his second movie after doing like Toy Story.
they're really trying to push Tim Allen at that point.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
dude,
94. You're right.
Oh, was it 94? Wow.
Nail on the head, man. 94. Dusty's full of shit.
I thought it was later than that because I remember seeing it when it first came out.
well, but like, okay, what about the like other two movies? Like those ones jumped off the fucking deep end, man. Like the first one was cool because it was so like grounded in like real world.
Mm-hmm.
The next one's kind of like, I don't know, created like fantastical villains and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was
really went off the rails there.
That was
certainly.
the second one was he had to get married. That was the Mrs. Claus, Claus with an E on it.
Ah, yes.
And then the third one was the Escape Clause.
The Escape.
whatever.
Jameson,
Martin Short.
what about you, man? What's your favorite holiday film?
I'm either gonna have to go with Christmas Vacation or Elf. I really like Elf.
Yeah, Elf. I forgot. That's a great one too.
That's definitely like, that's the one. I'm gonna watch that this year. I've seen bits and pieces. I've never watched the full thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
it's
dedicate it. I'm gonna dedicate it to Jameson here. I'm gonna watch Elf. I promise. Yeah, I think at this moment, National Lampoons is definitely mine, with a very close second being Jingle All the Way. That's for goddamn sure.
I think for me, Christmas Vacation, like every year I try and watch it with my grandpa because I have never seen that man laugh as hard as when the cat gets blown through the floor. Like every single time he will be on the ground crying, laughing.
That cat had 9 laughs. He just spent them all, Clark.